Good morning and happy Friday. I do not have to leave the house today and I am so happy about that. I wish it was a day where I could just sit in it all day, but unfortunately I do have quite a bit of laundry to catch up on and have a bathroom to clean, but the laundry won't be that bad. I can knit in between loads. I am also hoping to sit down in front of the camera today and catch you guys up on the progress for my Advent knitting. I do have some Advent knitting to catch up on. I did not get everything done from yesterday, and I'm still way behind on the Trilogy Yarns blanket, but it'll get done. But I would like to sit down and catch you guys up on the progress and answer a couple of questions about different projects that I'm doing that I've had a lot of questions about. So hopefully, I was hoping to do that. There were a couple days this week I was hoping to get that done, but just between things that I've done this week and then the boys' Zoom calls, Eric's calls for work, it just has not happened. So hopefully, fingers crossed, today will be the day I can sit down and show you guys those and the progress that I've made on them in these 11 days. Today is the 11th, right, of Advent knitting. I have, what time is it? I feel like I have a ton of time. Yes, it's only 6 a.m. I have a ton of time before I have to get the boys up at 7:15 for them to get ready for school. So I am going to go do my normal morning routine of breakfast, coffee, and I'm going to watch all of the Vlogmases. I am a couple of days behind on my favorites, so maybe I will somewhat get caught up. I will try to remember to link some of those down below if you guys are looking for some different Vlogmas videos to watch. I'll link my favorites that I watch, or I try to watch every day. Like I said, I'm a couple days behind, but that I try to get watched every day. Right now, I'm currently trying to finish the heel on this sock and looking at patterns on Ravelry for things I want to cast on that I have no business casting on. Anyone else feeling a little wild today? Because I am. I have two hat patterns that I might just cast on today. One is the Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague. I will link these down below, either by themselves or within a project page if I start them. The other one is just I think it's just called Cable Hat. Yes, a Cable Hat by Dora Stevenson. The Cable Hat is a free pattern. I'm thinking of doing it for my niece. The Musselburgh, I have it printed off already. That one will be for myself. I'm going to do it in fingering weight, but it is double thick. You just do like a big tube and then it kind of like flips in on itself and you have a hat. Carrie showed me that she had done one of these for her husband, and then she's working on one for her dad right now, and talked about how it's just like so much straight knitting, big tube, it's just like a sock. So now I really want to do it, and I kind of want to cast it on today because we tomorrow have kind of a morning where we'll be out of the house, which, you know, is not the norm here recently for probably anybody. But we have Austin's guitar, or not Austin, Wyatt's guitar lesson and Austin's basketball game. So we will pretty much be out of the house for a good chunk of the day tomorrow between the two. And I'm thinking, and we have like a 40-minute ride to Austin's game, 30 to 40 minutes. So I think it would be fun to cast that on today, have it ready to go so that it's just a ton of knitting for tomorrow. Obviously, if I get this heel done, I'll have this sock as well, but I don't know why that hat is really calling to me, and I need a nice warm hat that will come down and cover my ears. So I need to go stash diving for that. I've already got my needles out. I'm going to use my Addy 3mm 16-inch. This is what I use for a sock head hat, and the Musselburgh is a good pattern for any weight yarn from what I've gathered. It looks like it's a any gauge type of hat. It just for how many stitches per inch, things like that. It has a baby size all the way up to adult extra large. I could probably do that for my niece as well, but I kind of like this cable hat. I don't have it printed, so I don't have a picture to show you, but like I said, I will either link it below the pattern itself or the project page. Eric actually just left to go pick us up some lunch, so why don't I go ahead and chat about Advent knitting really quickly. Let me get my computer asleep here. Okay. So, while I have a bit, I'm going to move you here and pull out my Advent knitting. So I am working along on those socks. This is the second sock. This is a Christmas gift for Eric. I'm on the heel flap. But I've had a lot of questions about my Advent knitting because I talked about them, you know, at the beginning, what I was going to be doing, but then I've just shown the progress. I haven't really talked about them. So with my Blush Yarns Advent, I am knitting a round and round cowl. All of these project pages are linked below, and they have the pattern information within the project page. This is one of my designs, and for this one, it is designed for fingering weight. So it's perfect for a fingering weight Advent, you know, for all of your minis. I have instructions in there for how to use an Advent, like what I recommend as far as how many rows you do per color, etc. This one I am holding double with mohair. So I had some mohair left from Legacy Fiber Arts, and I am holding the fingering weight with mohair. So I did make some adjustments. I can't recall them off the top of my head, but they are in the project page. I put in there what size needle I'm using and how many stitches I cast on. And then other than that, you will follow the pattern exactly. You can probably hear the washer. It is what it is. I can't close that door because the cat's litter box is in there. But yes, all the information for adjustments are in the project page. So yes, this one has been super fun. I am loving how all of the colors look together. And I've really been enjoying it. There's only 6 rounds is what I'm doing per mini. So it's been super easy to get that done every day. Then with my Lofty Loops Advent, I did not finish it yesterday, so I'm not caught up on it, but I am doing the Calico Quilt Shawl, and it's going to be rather large. So here is the first row, and I've now started the second row of triangles. This was day 1, and then I worked across this way to there, and then I'm back down here. So this is another one that has been super fun to do. I definitely will do this pattern again. This is my first time doing this shawl. I will do this pattern again. It's for 10-gram minis, but then she does tell you how to, if you have, like I have 20-gram minis for the Lofty Loops, and she tells you how to use a larger amount if you want to make your shawl even larger, which is what I did. I'm not using the full 20 grams, but I think I'm using 12 to 15 grams. And I'll show you what I'm doing with all of my leftovers in a moment. So then I have my Trilogy Yarns Advent that I am doing the blanket that came with it. It's called I Quilt 2. It's by A Little Knitty. It's where you make little squares and then attach them into a pinwheel. I am not even close to being caught up on this, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not upset about it or anything. I love the pattern. The squares are so fun to do, and I will eventually be caught up. No, I won't. That's a lie. I will eventually do the blanket. It won't be during the month of December though. I'm just putting all of the Advent minis, keeping them in their bags. After I open them, I cake them up and then stick them back down in here so that I know what day the numbers are on here, so that I can continue to do them in the order that they came in. I also have my Cozy Knitter Advent skein, which is a 24 stripe skein for socks. So I did a cream colored cuff, and then I have done all of the days up. I haven't done any knitting on these today, I should say, so nothing's caught up as far as today goes, but I got yesterday's done on these. I'm loving them. I'm debating on when I'm going to start the heel. That's my issue with these. So last year I did this skein as well, and I did a afterthought heel because it does look great with stripes. It will not split up your stripes on the front. I do have a tutorial for an afterthought heel here on YouTube if you are interested in checking that out. Great for self-striping because it doesn't break up those stripes, but it does not fit me. So I find that socks that I've done either a Fish Lips Kiss or an afterthought heel, I don't wear them that much because I get frustrated when I wear them because the heel just completely comes off and it's on the bottom of my foot in like no time at all. I love doing those heels for the ease of doing them. But for me, a heel flap and gusset is completely mindless. I have it memorized. I've done it so many times and it just fits me the best. So I'm going to do a heel flap and gusset on this. It's going to mess the stripes up on the front, and I'm fine with that because it's going to fit me. I'd rather have a sock that fits, that I will wear, than one that I won't wear. So that is all of my Advent projects. And then with my leftovers, because I'm totally crazy and love using up every bit of yarn that I can. And this is what I've had the most questions about, so I wanted to be sure I chatted about these for a minute. So my leftovers from my Lofty Loops and Blush yarns, and I've put a little bit of the Trilogy yarns. I've only finished with one color completely, and I put it in here already, but I decided to do Scrappy socks. And I was originally going to do an afterthought everything, but again, I changed my mind because I won't wear it because the heel doesn't fit me that well. I decided to do just heel flap and gusset, but here is the sock so far. I did the heel all in one. So I am doing 5 rounds of each color, and I've had a ton of questions about how I'm doing this. I just do knit 5 rounds, drop the yarn, pick up the new yarn. All of the beginning of the yarns are kept on the side, and I'm just going to weave in the ends after I'm done. I know it's a ton of ends. I'm not bothered by weaving them in. I will sit down, I will turn on a Vlogmas or a podcast or listen to a book and just weave in all of the ends. It does not bother me. I do have a tutorial for how I weave in my ends. I will link it down below because I've had a lot of questions about that, how I will weave in the ends on this. So I have a tutorial for that. And I only did 5 rounds of each color on this sock is what I'm doing. So then I'm still having yarn left, and I am just creating a magic knot ball. I can't wait to see how ginormous this thing is. I should weigh it really quickly. Where is my scale? I think it's in here. Nope, it is not. Oh, there it is. Okay, just have a little pocket scale. I have this linked within the Amazon link. below the video. Let's see how big this thing is already. We are on day 11 and this is from 2 advents and then just one little bit left from the trilogy yarns, the one color that I finished. So, oh dear, stay on there. 135.8 grams already on day, using up to day 10, using day 10 in here. And not even all of day 10. I haven't put the lofty loops in. So this is going to be huge. And then what I'm going to do with this is I will put a border. I won't use all of it for the border, but I'm going to do a border on the calico quilt shawl. I don't believe the pattern calls for a border. I believe she gives instructions, but I'm going to do an I-cord border around the shawl, just in the same way that I did an I-cord border around my Cozy Memories blanket. And I have a tutorial for that as well that I'll link down below. And then I have a tutorial for how to do the magic knot that'll be below as well. Lots of links below for you guys today. But this is going to be so much fun to just use this for the border. So the border will be completely scrappy and it'll be leftovers from all of my advents, and then what's left will probably just go into a granny stripe or something like that. So I can't wait to see how big this is. It's probably going to be what? This was day 10, so it'll probably be over 200 grams, I would say. That's super exciting. So much yarn in these advents, and I love trying to use up all of the yarn. So I think that is it. I think that covers all of the questions that I've had. Mostly the questions were about these two right here, and I do have a project page for these down below. I'm just doing my vanilla socks on magic loop pattern, but just keeping the yarn always starting over on the side so that I don't have any ends woven in on the bottom. I think my tutorial for how to weave in ends may talk about that. I don't remember if it does or not. It might talk about where I change yarns for Scrappy socks. But all right, now I'm going to work on this heel some more. I would like to have the heel flap gusset stitches picked up before I work on anything else today. And I need to pick out yarn for the 2 hats that I have zero business casting on that I'm going to cast on because I'm gonna do what I want. I'm getting ready to open up today's advents, and I thought I would show you because I'm going to be caking them up along with the yarn for the Musselburgh hat. I decided to use a skein of Noble Character Crafts that I have been hanging on to for quite a while because it is just so gorgeous. I love this color. It is Dignity. Then I also picked out the yarn for my niece Lily's hat. I'm going to just use up some knit picks that I have. It is their Brava worsted, which is a 100% acrylic worsted weight yarn, and the color is Cotton Candy. That's perfect. It is a very bright pink. I might go sit out back because it's 60 degrees today. And it just looks so pretty out there with the sun. So I may go see if it's too cold to sit outside. And we had a change of plans. So I was gonna cake this up and have so much car knitting tomorrow. In a strange twist of events. Both of us can't even go to Austin's game. We looked at how far away it was gonna be and the timing is just not gonna work out with Wyatt's guitar lesson. So Eric's gonna take Wyatt to guitar. I'm gonna drive the 45 minutes to Austin's game. No car knitting. Wah wah. goodness, that sunshine feels so good. I am outside working on my calico quilt shawl, enjoying the sunshine. Eric's mom is actually on her way up here. Little last minute trip. She is going to come and go to the basketball game and stay for a couple of days. We only get 2 vouchers for the game tomorrow, so we thought it would just be Eric and I able to go. But since he's not going, he's going to take Wyatt to his guitar lesson. Eric's mom's going to come up and go with me, so that'll be super fun to have her visit for a couple of days.
What's going on, guys? So today I have something special to show you. I finally decided to do my room a little bit, so I'm going to give you guys a room tour, okay? So I have a shelf right here with some of my nice shoes, another shelf with 2 signed basketballs. This one was signed by one of my teachers that played basketball. This one is signed by my basketball team and all of the players I've played with. And then we go over this way. On my closet, it's kind of messy, so we're not going to really show that. I have a little whiteboard with some to-do stuff. Been doing 100 push-ups a day, and I have basketball practice, and that's all that's happening right now during COVID. Have a storage compartment, but we're not going to show that because it's very messy. Have my framed basketball jersey, and then my TV and all of that stuff. And then my bed is right here. Then I have a window and a light. But yeah, that's what we have so far. Getting a new dresser. And right here under my jersey, thinking about like making this little section right here a workout corner with like mats and stuff, so I can just do like my push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that, and I won't be on the hardwood floor. But I hope you guys enjoyed my little segment. See you guys next time. Peace out.